do a lobster. So we're going to draw the lobster about the same size as the picture that I've given you. Do it more towards the sort of top left hand side. Then reproduce a section of it, probably one of the claws, 3 times in pencil. Then we can try out perhaps using watercolour on one little test piece, perhaps pen and wash on another, perhaps water soluble pen, perhaps coloured pencils. So trying out 3 different mediums, and then the one that you think works best, we'll go back to our pencil drawing and use that onto that. So rather than drawing one thinking, oh, I'm going to do watercolour, and then not liking it or rushing in and not doing it quite how you wanted it to appear. So, and we should have time to get that done this afternoon. If not, we've got 2 weeks on this. So, nice sharp point on your pencil. Don't forget, don't grip it too tight at the end, hold it much lower down. And we're sketching onto our watercolour paper. So, look at, again, simple shapes that we can start with. Make sure we've got enough room to get it all onto the paper. Keep a nice light touch with your pencil so that if we do need to make any adjustments, we can do that without leaving a big mark on the paper. So this is obviously a lobster after it's been in the pot, isn't it? So this is quite hard pencil, this is. Oh, no wonder it's a 2H. I'm just going to swap back. I think it doesn't make much of a mark. I want an HP pencil. Sharpen this. We don't want anything that's too soft, otherwise we'll get loads of graphite on the paper. We don't want that. But that 2H was a little bit too hard. I wasn't seeing what I was drawing, and you probably can't see it either. So again, hold your pencil nice and loose. It allows you to have a nice light touch to get your lobster drawn. So it's really this picture really emphasises the claws of the lobster. And nice and big and in the foreground here. So sort of block it out a little bit first of all, put a little bit more detail in afterwards. It's a bit hard to see what goes on the face area with those tentacles. Nice light touch so that if you do need to make any adjustments, you can do. These long tentacles coming out the nose, face area. Well, we've got a little bit of artistic license, haven't you, with something like this? If you move the leg a little bit, or compared to the crab, the legs are very small. But then if you've got big claws like that, you probably don't need very big legs. you've sketched it out. Take a section of it, perhaps this claw here, and just redraw that. You want to give yourself a line down there. Redraw it 3 times. Or it might be the face, or it might be the tail, but the claw seems to be a nice area to reproduce. Depends if you're doing it on cartridge, it's choice.
I know. It's just we started. You sort of started talking about sketching, so I just.
So you could stick to doing pen or pencil.
I could do, yeah. Well, just got to think. Yes.
They came out nice, those fish motif ones.
That's another.
Oh, this looks interesting, where it's really washed out the colour. Is that yours, Daisy? What? This one? Yeah. Drying quite quickly because obviously it's warm weather. Yeah. Three sketches. Three, yeah, so can you see that? So we've got the full one, and then just take a section. Obviously I've taken that claw, or you could take, the back if you wanted, and just reproduce it 3 times, and then we're going to try 3 different mediums in that. So I'm going to go for pen. We'll start off, so it's a waterproof pen, so I can put some watercolour on top of it. So it's 0.2, but it doesn't really matter, whatever you happen to have with you, if you've got one. Put a little bit of shading on. Waterproof pen. I'm going to use water soluble pen. So water soluble, that's like the Beryl handwriting pen. So again, we want to do similar to what we've done with the waterproof pen. Shading on, not too much, because this will bleed and give us shading. And the third one, I think I'll just try some watercolour. So just gives you a chance to try something out before you start on the larger one. So it gives you an idea of what might work better than others, or what you've enjoyed using. Paints out. So pattern number 6 brush is going to be fine. And it's a very orange colour, a little bit of a highlight there, a little bit of speckled there. I'll perhaps use a little bit of salt. We've got some bits of salt on here. Get that at the ready. Again, we can do some little tests to try see what works. So I'm going to start off with a good strong yellowy orange, so like cadmium. I think this is called golden deep. This is one of the White Knights paints, or something like cadmium yellow deep or cadmium orange. And I'll just put that on the whole of it. something like a cadmium red medium, or in the white nights this is a ruby colour. Just drop that in a little bit. Same colours that we used in the crab as well. Drop a little bit of salt when I've got that sort of speckled effect. Yeah. Don't want much, just a little bit. Just a few little grains, just to see if that will give us the effect that we want. Just let that dry for a little bit. See how that works out. So, with the pen, top one, do a bit of pen and wash. So again, just like we've done with the watercolour one, I'm going to go in with my orange first. Again, you can be a bit looser. You don't cover the whole of it or leave little bits of white. I don't think it matters. It looks nice and sketchy. Gets a nice effect. So I'll go in with my slightly darker red. And then this ruby. So with pen and wash, you've got sort of the hard work done because you've drawn it out in pen. So it's just a case of adding a little bit of colour to it. And we could put some salt on that as well if we wanted, but we'll leave that one just as it is. Got a little bit of a highlight, so we can wash your brush, just give it a bit of a dry, and just lift a little bit out there. Here. Got a really white highlight there. I have to just go back in and use a little bit of white paint. A bit too light, that is there. This third one here, so this is water soluble, so as soon as I put water on it, it will bleed, and we can use the ink that's on the paper already to create our shading. So again, another nice quick way of getting some form and tone onto your picture. And if you want to add a little bit more ink, just scribble some onto some scrap paper or the edge of your paper and lift that up, and we can just add a little bit more in there, or we can wait for it to dry and go back in with a bit of ink. Fiddle too much with this till the salt has dried, but I will just add a bit of blue in the joint. This is a dark blue, a bit like Prussian blue, or this is not sure what this one is. I think it's Prussian. So just in here, I'll just add a little bit of darkness rather than black. Blue. Blue's complementary of orange. Yes, please. Oh, yes and no, I will have one. I will have one. Just putting a little bit of shadow here. See how it looks. I picked up a little bit of the orange because it wasn't quite dry. Being a bit patient, you see. That's what happened the other night. It was too quick. You can see my orange is now bled into my blue there, which is what I didn't want. So we need to let that salt dry before we do any more.